Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Keegan here and welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with a brand new video for you guys. And welcome to another edition of Questions and Answers, and I'm back to answer some more questions you guys have for me. Now, before we start today's episode, I want to apologize for the delay of this episode. I originally planned to record and upload this video on Monday, but unfortunately, I was busy and I didn't get around to making the video and editing it and uploading it to YouTube. And I was also busy on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was working those days. But now, I'm finally going to make this questions and answers video. So, once again, sorry for the delay of this video. So anyways, without further ado, let's dive into it. So, I have a total of 48 questions to answer in this episode. So, this is going to be a long video. So, I don't really have too much else to say. So, like always, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will answer them in the next episode. So anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at the questions you guys have for me, and I will answer them one by one. So, these first 13 questions come from GTA 5 Fan 22. His first question is, do you think Netflix is going downhill? Not really, besides the whole Cuties controversy and some of the trouble they got in trouble with that one show, Cheer, which I'm not going to go into that in this video. It's pretty dark stuff. I don't know. I think Netflix is fine, but I don't know. I haven't been on Netflix in a while, to be honest with you. But I think Netflix is doing all right, besides some of the controversy they've been going through recently. The next one from GTA 5 Fan 22 is, do you plan on checking out Disney Plus now that they have mature content on there? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I know that they added mature content on this thing called Star or something, where they have a lot of Fox related stuff on there. Well, back when 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight Studios was called 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight Studios. But there's one movie that I know that's on there that's really surprising that they have on Disney Plus, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and that movie is 13. Apparently that movie's on Disney Plus. That's surprising for me. That's pretty surprising. Yeah. Anyways, just out of curiosity, how come you weren't the biggest fan of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? I don't know. I don't know. I just wasn't really a big fan of it. Well, it was 3 or 4 years ago when I watched it. Maybe I should watch it again and give it a second chance. Maybe my opinion will change on it. But maybe I'll give it a second watch and see if my opinion changes on it. But I don't know. I wasn't really a big fan of it. But maybe I'll try it again. Try watching it again someday. Yeah. So the next question from GTA 5 Fan 22 is, have you ever watched the show Futurama? I've seen a couple episodes of Futurama. Good show, just not one of my favorite shows, but I do enjoy it for what it is. It's pretty funny. Especially Bender, or whatever the robot character's name is. Bite my shiny metal ash. Yeah. Anyways, what TV shows do you think are overrated? I think Stranger Things is overrated. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the first season. I just wasn't really a big fan of the second and third season. I also think that The Office is overrated. It's not a terrible show. It's just, I don't know, I just couldn't really get into it, and I'm just not really a big fan of it. Yeah, and also I think Friends is overrated too. I just couldn't really get into it either. But those are the 3 shows that I think are overrated in my opinion. Don't shit on me for saying it, just I'm not a big fan of those shows. Although I did enjoy the first season of Stranger Things. I just wasn't really a big fan of the other 2 seasons though. Anyways, next one is, have you seen the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves? No, but I've heard of it, and I know there's a sequel that came out in '97 called Speed 2 Cruise Control with Sandra Bullock in it. I think that was the one they were on a cruise ship. I don't know if I'll watch that one. I hear the first Speed movie is supposed to be pretty good from what I hear. The next one from GTA 5 Fan 22 is, Have you heard of the movie called Johnny Mechnomic? Mechnomic? I think I've heard of it. I don't know though. I think it might sound familiar. I've never seen it though, but I've heard of it. Have you heard of a movie called Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World? Never watched it, but I want to watch it someday. I hear it's supposed to be pretty good. Do you think they should add some mature avatars on Disney Plus for R-rated / 18 plus profiles? I guess so. And the next one is, what are some Jerry Bruckheimer films you've seen? I've seen The Rock. No, wait, I don't think they made The Rock. I watched the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, Gone in 60 Seconds, the remake from 2000, Armageddon, and that's all I can really think of. Oh, also I've also watched Black Hawk Down, which I actually just watched a couple days ago. That's a very good war movie. So, yeah. The next question from GTA 5 Fan 22 is, have you seen the movie Ford v Ferrari? No, I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it at some point. I know my parents recently checked it out 2 weeks ago, and they said it was pretty good. I'll probably check it out at some point. The next one is, what are your favorite Russell Crowe films of all time? I'm not sure, but Russell Crowe is a really good actor. I don't know what my favorite movie that he was in is my favorite. But he's a good actor, though, Russell Crowe. And the last one from GTA 5 Fan 22 is, have you heard of an actor named Nathan Fillion? I don't think I've heard of him. I think I might have. I don't know, though. Maybe I'll search up his name on IMDb after this video. So, yeah, those are all the questions from GTA 5 Fan 22. Thanks for the questions, GTA 5 Fan 22. Now let's move on to the other questions you guys have for me. Update, I actually just searched up Nathan Fillion's name, and yeah, I've heard of him. He was in movies like Saving Private Ryan. I'm actually searching up his name right now. He was in movies like Super, Slither, Saving Private Ryan, Castle, that's a TV show, Guardians of the Galaxy, and all that. Yeah, I've heard of Nathan Fillion. I take that back. I've heard of him. He's actually a Canadian actor from Edmonton. That's actually pretty neat. So anyways, let's move on to the other questions. So these next 10 questions come from Harold Dexter. His first question is, what's your opinion on Hercules, 1997? I think I've seen it. It must have been a long time ago. I think I've watched it, but I can't remember if I've actually seen it or not. But if I did, it must have been a long time ago. I just don't remember seeing it or not. But I might have seen it. I don't remember if I've ever watched it, though. What's your opinion on Mulan, 1999? Good movie. I enjoyed it. What's your opinion on The Emperor's New Groove? I've seen it a long time ago. I remember it being pretty good. I just haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being a pretty good movie. Yeah. What's your opinion on Lilo and Stitch? I loved that movie when I was younger. It was one of my favorite movies from when I was younger. Although, I actually haven't seen it in years, but I remember really liking that movie when I was younger. But I haven't seen it in a long time. I'd like to watch it again at some point and maybe do a review of it. What's your opinion on The Croods? I thought it was an alright movie. Not the best, but I thought it was okay. I know they recently came out with a sequel to it. I haven't seen it, though. What's your opinion on A Bug's Life? I know I've watched it a long time ago when I was like a toddler or something. I haven't seen it ever since. Can't remember if I liked it or not, though, but I remember watching it when I was a very little boy. Like, I was a toddler when I watched it, but I haven't seen it ever since. What's your opinion on Finding Nemo? I really enjoyed that one. It's one of my favorite Disney movies from the 2000s, and I enjoyed it. And I also thought the sequel, Finding Dory, was pretty good. It was a pretty good sequel. When will you ever watch Toy Story 4? Don't know. Maybe I'll watch it at some point, but I don't know. What was the third movie you saw in theaters after The Incredibles and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Can't remember, and if I knew, I don't know. I can't remember what the third movie I saw in theaters after those two movies. I don't even remember if Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the second movie I ever saw in theaters, but I can't remember. And the last one from Harold Dexter is, have you read any of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books? Yeah, I've read a couple of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I know there's a lot of Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Which, how many are there actually? I'm gonna search that up. Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 15 of those books. Holy shit. It's been going on since like 2007. And they still make them today. Well, the author, Jeff Kenny, still makes them. I've read the first 9 books, from the first book all the way down to The Hard Luck, which was the 9th book. I enjoyed them. I haven't read the newer ones, though. I don't know. I just never really read them. But I know I've read the first 9 books, but I haven't read the other ones, though. But I enjoyed the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books when I was younger. I'm kind of surprised they still make those books today. So those are all the questions from Harold Dexter. And thanks for all the questions, Harold Dexter. Now let's move on to some other questions I have to answer. The next 4 questions come from Lil Allan. And his first question is, how old are you? I'm 19 years old, and my 20th birthday will actually be coming in July. Where are you from? I'm from Alberta, Canada. Do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I don't vape. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't need to. I need my lungs. And doing that stuff is not good for your lungs. And I need my lungs. And the last one from Lil Allan is, what's your dream car? I don't know. I don't know what's my dream car. I like a lot of different cars. Well, a lot of old cars. But I don't know what's my dream car, though. There's a lot of cool cars that I think are cool. But those are all the questions from Lil Allan. Thanks for all the questions. Now let's move on to some other questions. The next 4 questions come from MetalLanceFan2004. His first question is, have you seen Bangkok Dangerous with Nicolas Cage? No, but I've heard of it. I think it's supposed to be... I heard it's pretty mediocre, though, from what I heard. What's your opinion on Crank with Jason Statham? Never watched it, but I'd like to check it out someday, and I know there's a sequel called Crank 2 High Voltage. I'll probably check out those 2 movies someday. Well, someday I will. The third one is, did you know there was a sequel of the movie 30 Days a Night called 30 Days a Night Dark Days from 2010? I've heard of it. It's actually a directed DVD sequel or something. I don't know. I heard it was okay. I thought the first 30 Days a Night was pretty good. And the last one from MetalLanceFan2004 is, did you know Grammar Mercury Pictures was originally distributed for Mallrats? No, I didn't know that. So those are all the questions from MetalLanceFan2004. So thanks for all the questions, MetalLanceFan2004. And let's move on to some other questions I have to answer. The next question comes from Giza Pyramid Studios, and his question is, which comics are way better, Marvel or DC? I don't know which comics are better between Marvel or DC. But between movie-wise, between Marvel and DC, I'd say Marvel is better. But DC still has some good movies like The Dark Knight, well, the Dark Knight trilogy, the 89 Batman movie, Batman Returns, and Joker and all that. But yeah, thanks for the question, Giza Pyramid Studios, and let's move on to some other questions. The next 3 questions come from andykishore. His first question is, have you ever watched Super Mario Bros. The movie? That's loosely based on the Mario video game series by Nintendo. I heard people say it's one of those kind of movies that you either like it or you hate it. I've actually watched that movie a long time ago, back in 2011, so it was like 10 years ago when I watched it. And despite it not having anything to do with the games, I actually thought it was a pretty decent movie, though not one of the best movies, but I thought it was a decent movie for what it was. It had Bob Hoskins in it, Rest in peace, by the way. He played as Mario in that movie, and John Leguizamo played Luigi in it. But I actually thought it was a decent movie. Definitely not one of the best movies ever made. And even though it didn't have anything to do with the games whatsoever, I actually thought it was a decent movie. So, yeah. Thanks for the question, Andy Kishore. And let's move on to the other two questions that he has for me to answer. The next one is, are you aware that on February 24th, 2021, it was officially announced that they're making another Beavis and Butthead movie? No, I didn't know they were going to make another Beavis and Butthead movie. Maybe I'll watch it. We'll see, though. And the last one from Andy Kishore is, are you aware that the TV series Arthur is finally ending after 25 seasons? Well, I didn't know they were going to end that series, but I guess it's about time that they ended it. It's been on for like 25 seasons. So I guess it's time to put that series to rest. So those are all the questions from Andy Kishore. Thanks for the questions, Andy Kishore. And we only have a few more questions left, and then we'll be done this episode. So let's finish this episode off with the last couple questions, and then we'll be done this episode. The next question is from TheUltimate VideoGameMaster5000, and his question is, what's your thoughts on the show Total Drama, if you've ever seen it? There's multiple Total Drama shows. I think they're all just like spin-offs or something. I was never really a big fan of the Total Drama series, but I don't know. I just wasn't really a big fan of them, but I know there's like a lot of those shows, but I don't know, I just wasn't really a big fan of it. And let's move on to the last 15 questions. And they're all from That Movie Nerd 44. So let's move on to the questions. And thanks again, TheUltimate VideoGameMaster5000, for the question. So the last 15 questions all come from That Movie Nerd 44. His first question is, have you heard of Star, the content hub on Disney+? Yeah, I've heard of Star, that content hub on Disney+. And I actually talked a little bit about that earlier in this video. Like, earlier, if you know what I mean. And that's exactly what I was talking about earlier in the video. The next one is, what do you think of the new MGM logo? I think the new MGM logo looks pretty cool. It's actually animated. They're not using a real lion this time. It's kind of weird that they're doing it all animated, but it looks really nice, though, the new animated MGM logo. They're not using a real lion this time, but it's still pretty cool in my opinion. Do you think there will be an 8K video format soon? I don't know. Maybe, but I know that one of these days we'll see an 8K video format, but I don't know how soon, but one of these days we will see an 8K format, video format. The next one is, what do you think of musicals in general? They're enjoyable. They're just not really my favorite genre of movies or whatever. Just, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of musicals, but it's an interesting genre. It's just not my favorite genre. The next one is, what do you think of award shows in general? What do you think of award shows in general? Oscars, Golden Globes, etc. Honestly, I couldn't really care less about award shows, whether they air them on TV. I just don't really care about them. Especially that they get so political over the last 5 or 6 years. It's pretty much hard to watch it when you just hear celebrities virtue signal, get political, and all this shit. And I honestly couldn't care less. It's like 3 hours. I got other things to do in 3 hours. You know what I do? I just wait till the next morning and see and look up who won the award. And I know that the Oscars is supposed to be coming up, I think, sometime next month. But I'm not going to watch it. I don't really care about award shows. I only look up the results of who win. I don't watch that stuff. It's too political. I can't stand it. Anyways, moving on. Do you watch direct-to-video movies? Not really. Unless I'm just bored and just want to watch something. Especially if it's something so bad. I'll just watch it anyways. But not really. What do you think of full-screen DVDs? They're fine, I guess. Have you ever seen the Bad Boy movies? I haven't seen any of the Bad Boy movies. I'd like to check them out someday, though. There's 3 of them, but I'll probably check them out someday. The next one is, do you know Lauren Bacall? I've heard of her. I think she was an actress in Casablanca. I've never seen that movie though, but I'd like to check it out someday. Next question is, have you seen Casablanca? Like I said before, I haven't seen Casablanca, but I'll probably check it out someday. What's your favorite movie based on Stephen King's works? The Shawshank Redemption is my favorite movie based on a Stephen King book. I also enjoyed Misery, The Green Mile, It, the 2017 movie. I didn't like the second one though. And I also enjoyed, I also thought Thinner was underrated in my opinion. But Shawshank is my favorite Stephen King adaptation. Is my favorite movie based on a Stephen King book or whatever. It was a short story though. What do you? Hold on. Do you buy VHS tapes? I know I got this question before, and I'm gonna answer it again. I don't collect VHS tapes. I don't know. I just don't buy them. I just buy Blu-rays, DVDs, and 4K Blu-rays. Not VHSs though. I don't know. The next one is, what do you think of Nicolas Cage? Good actor. Some of his movies that he's in are good, and some of them just flat out suck. Some of his movies are good, and others just suck. But he's a pretty good actor, depending on what movie he's in. What are your thoughts on Charlie Sheen? Pretty solid actor. I haven't seen too many of his movies that he's in, but from what I've seen, I think he's a good actor. And the last one from That Movie Nerd 44 is, how is Case 39? I didn't really like that movie. I actually used to have it on DVD, but I got rid of it. I don't know, I just didn't really like that movie. So those are all the questions, and thank you for all the questions, That Movie Nerd 44. And that wraps up another episode of Questions and Answers. Thank you guys for watching this video. Special thanks to everyone for submitting your questions. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I will answer them in the next episode coming in April. And feel free to follow me on my Instagram. So once again, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment below, and subscribe for more videos like this. And until next time, this is Keegan Shepard signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.